Have you ever noticed that the more you try to hold on to someone, the faster they seem to slip away? It feels unfair, almost cruel, like the universe is playing a twisted game with your heart. But what if I told you that letting go is not losing love? It's what actually attracts it back. Most people spend their lives chasing affection, trying to control outcomes, begging energy to stay. They confuse attachment with love, fear with passion, and effort with alignment. But energy doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to flow. The tighter you grip, the more resistance you create. Here's the secret no one ever told you. When you stop trying to make love happen, you open a channel for it to find you. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start trusting. It's a shift from control to connection, from anxiety to alignment. Imagine how different your relationships would feel if you didn't need to force anything. Imagine feeling magnetic, calm, grounded, radiant, while everything and everyone meant for you simply flows towards you. That's not fantasy. That's frequency. This isn't about giving up on love. It's about releasing resistance to it. Because the moment you detach from how and when, you allow the universe to do what it does best, orchestrate divine timing. And once you understand this, love starts showing up in ways you never expected. Are you ready to discover how letting go becomes the ultimate act of manifestation? Then stay close, because what you're about to learn will change how you see love, energy, and yourself forever. Letting go isn't about walking away or pretending you don't care. It's an energetic release, a quiet surrender that tells the universe, I trust. When you cling to outcomes or people, your vibration shifts into lack, signaling fear instead of faith. And fear, no matter how well-intentioned, repels what you desire most. Every thought of what if they leave, or I need them to love me back, sends a subtle wave of resistance into your energetic field. It's like holding your breath underwater. You can't receive oxygen until you exhale. The same applies to love. It cannot flow where you are holding too tightly. Energetic letting go means freeing yourself from attachment to the outcome, not from the dream itself. You can still desire connection, but you stop begging energy to move your way. You start trusting that love, when aligned with your vibration, will return, not because you've forced it, but because it resonates with who you've become. The moment you release control, something incredible happens. Your frequency rises. You stop emitting desperation and start vibrating confidence, peace, and self-worth. Love, like all energy, is drawn to harmony. And when you vibrate peace, you become irresistible to it. Letting go energetically is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's the art of understanding that energy flows best when it's not being forced. The universe doesn't respond to pressure, it responds to coherence. The more you align with inner calm, the faster things rearrange around you. To practice this, begin small. When your mind starts looping around a person or situation, take a deep breath and affirm, I release the need to control this. I'm open to divine timing. Notice how your body softens, how your energy shifts. That is letting go in motion. And once you taste the relief that comes from surrendering, you'll realize it's not about losing anything. It's about gaining your freedom back. Because when your energy is free, love doesn't run away. It finds you again. And that's where the real magic begins. Attachment often disguises itself as love, but its energy feels very different. Love flows freely, attachment clings tightly. When you attach to a person or outcome, you send a vibration of fear that whispers, without this, I'm not whole. And that signal creates a block between you and what you desire, because the universe cannot deliver abundance to a frequency of lack. This energetic tension becomes a silent wall. You might not see it, but you feel it in the anxiety, the overthinking, the need for reassurance. The mind begins to loop around what could go wrong, feeding the belief that control equals safety. Yet the truth is, the more you try to secure love, the less secure you become. Attachment anchors your energy in the past or future, keeping you from the only place manifestation ever happens, the now. When your mind is fixated on what was or what might be, your vibration fragments. Love exists in wholeness, not in chasing, waiting, or replaying old stories. The real problem isn't desire, it's identification. When you attach your identity to another person, you unconsciously hand them the keys to your frequency. Your emotions start rising and falling with their actions, and your power leaks away. True attraction begins when you call that power back. Letting go of attachment doesn't mean detachment from emotion. It means emotional freedom, loving without dependency, caring without collapsing. It's the art of standing rooted in your worth while allowing life to unfold naturally, without resistance or control. You can practice this by becoming aware of the subtle moments when attachment sneaks in, like refreshing messages, overanalysing silence, or doubting your worth. Every time it happens, gently say, I choose peace over fear. That single decision shifts your energy back to alignment. When you release the weight of attachment, your vibration becomes lighter, your aura clearer. You start attracting not from need, but from overflow. And it's in that overflow, that freedom, that real love begins to find you again. But before you can reach that point, there's something deeper to understand. What attachment is really trying to protect you from? Every attachment begins in the subconscious. It's rarely about the person in front of you. It's about what your inner child still believes love should look like. Deep down, many carry the silent memory that love must be earned, fought for, or proven. This vibration of unworthiness quietly shapes the kind of energy you emit into the universe. The subconscious mind is like an echo chamber of old experiences. Every rejection, every moment of neglect leaves an energetic imprint that says, I'm not enough. When you meet someone new, that old echo awakens. Suddenly, their attention becomes your validation, and losing it feels like losing your worth. This is why letting go feels so hard. You're not releasing a person. You're releasing a part of yourself that believed they were your missing piece. The mind resists because it equates detachment with danger. But the truth is, the danger lies in staying trapped in that old emotional pattern. Healing begins when you bring awareness to the story beneath your attachment. Ask yourself, what do I think I lose if I let go? Often the answer isn't love, it's the illusion of safety. Once you see that, you can begin to rewrite the vibration of your worth. One powerful way to reprogram this is through mirror affirmations. Look into your eyes and say, I am whole. I am safe. Love flows to me is easily. Feel it, even if your mind doubts it. Repetition sends a new signal to the subconscious, one of trust, not fear. Remember, your subconscious doesn't speak in logic. It speaks in emotion, in energy. The more peace you feel while affirming your worth, the faster your frequency begins to shift. Love starts to mirror that peace back to you through people and experiences that feel safe, effortless, and aligned. When you heal the root belief that says, I need them to feel enough, you free yourself from emotional dependency. And that's when letting go transforms from painful to empowering. But before the healing can fully unfold, you must understand how resistance disguises itself as persistence, the next illusion the mind creates. Resistance often hides behind the mask of effort. You tell yourself you're just fighting for love, when in truth you're fighting against the flow. The universe doesn't reward struggle. It responds to alignment. Every time you push harder, text again, or overanalyze, you send the message, I don't trust that this will come to me naturally. That vibration closes doors that were already meant to open. Persistence, when rooted in faith, is powerful. But when driven by fear, it becomes resistance, a desperate attempt to control energy that was never yours to command. The more you chase, the further the desired outcome drifts, because chasing confirms that it's not yet yours. The vibration of I must get repels the frequency of I already have. To recognize resistance, listen to your body. True alignment feels calm, light, certain. Resistance feels heavy, anxious, and tense, as if your energy is running uphill. That discomfort isn't punishment, it's guidance. It's your higher self whispering, you're trying too hard. The moment you listen, you begin to shift. Sometimes persistence is simply the fear of being forgotten. You believe if you stop trying, they'll move on. But energy doesn't work that way. What's meant for you cannot miss you, and what's not aligned cannot stay, no matter how much effort you pour into it. The only real control you have is over your own vibration. You can transform resistance into flow by practicing surrender. Instead of pushing for action, choose stillness. Meditate on the feeling of already being loved, already being chosen. The subconscious will start matching that image to reality, attracting people who reflect that energy back. Try this simple shift. Whenever you feel the urge to do more, pause and affirm. If I'm forcing, I'm not trusting. That single sentence rebalances your vibration instantly. You return to flow, to alignment, to faith, because in the end, love isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. And once you understand the difference, you'll begin to see that letting go isn't giving up. It's opening the door to something higher. And that's where the next layer of this transformation begins, in the art of surrendering with trust. Surrender is not a sign of weakness. It's the purest form of spiritual strength. It means releasing the illusion of control and trusting that the universe knows what it's doing, even when you don't understand the how. When you surrender, you align your vibration with divine timing, signaling faith instead of fear, and that faith is what magnetizes miracles. Trust begins where logic ends. The mind craves certainty. It wants steps, signs, and guarantees. But love, like all forms of energy, moves through mystery. When you surrender, you choose alignment over anxiety. You let the universe arrange connections far beyond what your human plans could ever manage. Think of surrender as floating instead of swimming. You stop exhausting yourself by fighting the current and instead allow the water to carry you exactly where you're meant to go. Life becomes lighter and love becomes effortless because you're no longer trying to control the direction of every wave. Surrendering with trust requires a deep belief that you are already worthy. When you feel unworthy, you hold on tightly, trying to prove yourself. But when you remember that you deserve love, peace, and alignment, you relax. The energy of trust replaces the vibration of lack, and everything you desire starts to meet you halfway. A simple daily ritual can anchor this state. Each morning before you touch your phone, place a hand on your heart and say, "Universe, I release control. I trust in your perfect timing." Then breathe deeply and visualize your energy expanding like light. That moment of surrender realigns your entire day. The beauty of surrender is that it allows synchronicities to find you. People call it coincidence, but it's actually coherence. When your vibration harmonizes with trust, the universe mirrors that faith through perfect timing, unexpected messages, and divine encounters. And soon, you'll notice that the very things you once chased begin to flow towards you naturally, because trust creates space, and in that space, love finally has room to appear. But before you fully embody this art, you must learn the difference between surrendering and simply giving up, a lesson many overlook. So many people confuse surrender with defeat. They think letting go means abandoning their dreams, walking away from love, or losing faith. But surrender is the opposite of giving up. It's choosing to trust instead of suffer. When you give up, you shut down your heart. When you surrender, you open it to a higher frequency of love and possibility. Giving up comes from exhaustion. It says, "Nothing works for me." Surrender comes from wisdom. It says, "I know something greater is at work." The vibration behind these statements is completely different. One contracts your energy in despair, the other expands it into alignment. And the universe always responds to expansion. When you surrender, you are not rejecting your desire. You are detaching from the pain of not yet having it. You still hold the vision, but you no longer hold the fear. That shift in vibration is powerful. It changes how love finds you because it changes how you see yourself. Think of surrender as planting a seed. You don't dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, trust the process, and let time do its sacred work. The same applies to love and manifestation. The moment you stop interfering with divine timing, you allow miracles to unfold naturally. When people give up, they close their energy field and lose faith in themselves. But when you surrender, your heart remains open, even in uncertainty. That openness becomes your magnet. It tells the universe, "I'm ready to receive in whatever form serves my highest good." One practical way to embody this is through journaling. Write down what you desire. Bless it with gratitude as if it's already done. Then close your notebook and release it. That symbolic act teaches your subconscious to trust again, to believe that what's meant for you is already on its way. Surrender doesn't end your story, it rewrites it, because every time you release control, you make space for alignment. And in that space, love reappears, not as something you chase, but as something that was always meant to return. Yet to fully live this truth, you'll need to understand the quiet power of patience and divine timing. Divine timing is one of the most misunderstood laws of manifestation. People want love now, success now, answers now, but the universe doesn't operate on impatience. It operates on alignment. Every delay is a recalibration, not a rejection. When something takes longer to manifest, it's because the energy, yours or theirs, is still aligning to match the vibration of what's being called in. Think of divine timing as the universe's way of protecting your growth. If you received everything the moment you wanted it, you wouldn't have the energetic maturity to hold it. Timing refines your vibration like polishing a diamond. What you call waiting is actually preparation, a sacred pause that expands your capacity to love, trust, and receive. The challenge is that your ego hates waiting. It wants control, not surrender. It measures worth by how quickly results appear. But your higher self knows that what's meant for you cannot miss you. The energy of impatience sends the message, I don't believe it's coming, while the energy of trust says, it's already mine. And it's unfolding perfectly to align with divine timing. Shift your focus from when to who. Instead of wondering when love will appear, ask who you are becoming as you wait. Are you vibrating in peace, gratitude, and worthiness, or in fear and resistance? Because the moment your vibration matches your desire, time collapses and manifestation becomes instant. You can practice this alignment by visualizing your future self calm, fulfilled, magnetic, and embodying that energy now. Speak and act as if it's already done. That state of embodiment tells the universe you're ready, and the right connections begin to appear without effort. Another key is gratitude. Gratitude anchors you in the present moment, aligning your vibration with abundance instead of lack. Each time you thank the universe for what's unfolding, you strengthen your magnetic field. Miracles respond to that frequency because gratitude is the language of divine timing. And as you master this patience, you'll notice something beautiful. The waiting no longer feels empty. It feels sacred because you finally understand that everything, even the pauses, is love preparing you for love. And that awareness leads directly into the next revelation, how your own energy sets the rhythm for everything you attract. Everything you attract moves to the beat of your energy. If your vibration is chaotic, uncertain, or fearful, life will mirror that tempo. But when your energy becomes grounded, clear, and trusting, the universe dances in harmony with you. You are not waiting for alignment. You are the alignment. The rhythm of your energy sets the pace for how love flows into your life. Most people don't realize how much their emotional state directs their reality. You can say the right affirmations and visualize all day, but if your frequency vibrates in doubt, your results will too. Energy doesn't listen to your words, it responds to your vibration. That's why letting go internally is more powerful than any external action. To shift your rhythm, start by noticing the vibration you wake up with. Is it peace or anxiety? Gratitude or lack? Every morning sets the tone for your manifestations. When you begin your day with calm focus through breath work, meditation, or simple awareness, your entire energy field starts to resonate at a higher frequency of trust. Your emotions are your compass. When you feel joy, ease, and openness, you're aligned. When you feel tension or fear, your vibration is out of sync. But instead of judging yourself for it, simply breathe and realign. Energy is fluid. It can change instantly when you choose a better feeling thought. That's how powerful you are. Here's a practice. Place your hand over your heart and say, I am the rhythm of peace. I move with the flow of love. Say it until your energy softens. You'll feel the frequency of alignment take over. And suddenly, the things you were chasing start finding their way back to you. The truth is, love doesn't come from doing more. It comes from being more present, more grounded, more in tune with your true frequency. When your energy feels safe, the universe responds with speed and precision, matching that serenity with perfect alignment. And once you realize that your energy is the conductor of every manifestation, you stop forcing outcomes and start fine-tuning vibration. Because from this point on, love no longer depends on what others do. It depends on how deeply you stay in your own flow. And that leads us to the next key: mastering emotional detachment without losing your heart. Detachment is often misunderstood as emotional coldness, but in truth, It's a sacred balance, loving deeply while remaining free. It's knowing that you can care for someone without collapsing into their energy. Emotional detachment is not the absence of feeling. It's the mastery of presence. It's when you love from fullness, not from fear. When you're attached, your emotions swing with external conditions. A message can lift you or destroy your peace. But when you practice detachment, you become emotionally self-sufficient. You still feel, but you no longer depend. That independence creates a magnetic vibration of calm confidence that draws love closer, not pushes it away. Detachment allows your energy to breathe. It keeps your heart open while your boundaries remain strong. You stop chasing validation because you already recognize your worth. The paradox is that when you no longer need someone to choose you, they often do, because your vibration shifts from scarcity to abundance. To cultivate this balance, become the observer of your emotions. When anxiety or longing appears, don't fight it. Simply witness it. Say to yourself, this feeling is a messenger, not my identity. That awareness instantly lifts your vibration from reaction to consciousness, allowing love to flow through rather than control you. You can also strengthen detachment through self-nurturing rituals, meditation, journaling, or grounding walks in nature. These practices remind your nervous system that safety comes from within. When your inner world feels stable, the outer world mirrors that peace. You no longer cling to others to fill what's already whole. True detachment doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you love with clarity. You allow others to be free while you remain anchored in your own energy. It's the kind of love that expands, not confines. It heals both people because it's rooted in trust, not control. And once you understand this art, you'll begin to notice a beautiful shift. Relationships start to feel lighter, smoother, and more aligned. Because love born from freedom can finally breathe. But to sustain that freedom, you must first embrace the emotional alchemy that transforms longing into power. Longing is one of the strongest emotional frequencies, and when misdirected, it drains your energy. But when understood, it becomes fuel for transformation. Every ounce of longing carries the same energy as love. The difference lies in direction. When you stop projecting it outward and begin to channel it inward, that longing turns into power, purpose, and magnetism. The feeling of missing someone or something is your soul's way of reminding you of your own depth. It's proof that your heart is still open, still capable of connection. But when you identify too much with the absence, you create an energetic void. The key is to transmute that absence into creation, to let the energy of desire become the spark that realigns you with abundance. You can do this by shifting your focus from what you lack to what you're becoming. Instead of asking, why aren't they here? Ask, who am I becoming while I wait? That simple question reclaims your power instantly. Because longing, when guided by consciousness, becomes an inner fire that raises your vibration rather than draining it. One way to practice this alchemy is through creative expression. Write, paint, dance, or meditate on the feeling you wish to receive. As you express rather than suppress, the energy begins to circulate. The frequency of creation matches the frequency of attraction, and suddenly the ache in your heart becomes a signal of growth, not lack. Remember, energy never disappears. It only transforms. The ache that once felt like emptiness becomes passion, inspiration, faith. That's how the universe recycles pain into purpose. When you redirect your longing into self-expansion, You tell the universe, I am using this energy wisely. And the universe always rewards energetic wisdom. This process doesn't erase emotion. It refines it. You still feel deeply, but your emotions become your compass instead of your cage. That's the essence of emotional alchemy, turning heaviness into flow, turning need into creation. And once you master this, you realize that every emotion, even the painful ones, carries light within it. You stop fearing your feelings because they're no longer controlling you, they're guiding you. And from that space of inner mastery, you awaken the next truth, the magnetic power of self-love as the ultimate frequency of attraction. Self-love isn't a luxury. It's your strongest vibration of attraction. When you love yourself, you send a clear signal to the universe. I am worthy of the same energy I give. That signal reshapes everything. Relationships, opportunities, and even timing begin to reflect that new standard. Love outside of you can only rise to the level of love you hold within. Most people seek love as a way to fill emptiness, but emptiness can't attract fulfillment. Only wholeness can. When you nurture yourself emotionally, spiritually, and energetically, you stop radiating lack. Your frequency becomes abundant, generous, magnetic. People feel that energy even before you speak. It's the silent confidence that comes from being rooted in your own worth. Practicing self-love means honoring your needs before they become wounds. It's saying no when your intuition whispers, and yes when your soul expands. It's trusting your inner guidance more than external approval. Every boundary you set becomes an act of self-respect, and respect is one of the highest vibrations of love. You can cultivate this energy through small daily rituals, morning affirmations, mindful breathing, gratitude lists, or simply looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I choose me. These moments reprogram your subconscious to recognize love as something natural, not something to chase, but something you already are. When you embody self-love, you shift from attracting partners who trigger your wounds to partners who mirror your healing. Love stops being dramatic and becomes peaceful, nourishing, stable. It's no longer about survival. It's about resonance. Two frequencies meeting in harmony. The secret is that self-love is the frequency of receiving. When you feel complete, you stop grasping for validation. You move through life radiating assurance, and that vibration draws everything aligned to your peace. This is the true magnetism, the kind that doesn't demand, only allows. And as you deepen this relationship with yourself, the external world rearranges effortlessly. Because once you master self-love, you no longer need to chase love. Love chases you. But to truly embody this magnetic state, you must learn the final piece of alignment, becoming emotionally available to the love you've been calling in. Emotional availability isn't about having no fears. It's about having the courage to face them with awareness. You can't receive the love you desire if your heart is still guarded by old pain. The universe responds to your openness, not your perfection. To be emotionally available means to say, I'm ready to feel fully again, even if it scares you. Many people ask for deep love while unconsciously resisting intimacy. They craved connection, but fear vulnerability, wanting closeness without the risk of being seen. This energetic contradiction confuses the field of attraction because the vibration of I want love cannot align with the vibration of I'm afraid to be hurt. Alignment requires coherence between desire and readiness. Becoming emotionally available starts with honesty. Ask yourself, do I truly feel safe to receive love, or do I still expect pain? Whatever surfaces isn't judgment, it's clarity. When you bring awareness to your emotional walls, they begin to dissolve. The energy you once used to protect yourself transforms into the power to attract consciously. You can practice this openness through daily heart expansion. Sit quietly, place your hand over your chest, and breathe light into your heart space. Visualize it softening with every breath. Affirm, it's safe to be open. It's safe to love again. Each repetition shifts your vibration, signaling to the universe that your energy field is ready to receive. Emotional availability also means being willing to give love without control, to express affection freely without fearing rejection or outcome. That level of openness is magnetic because it mirrors the universe's own energy, unconditional and abundant. What you give with freedom returns multiplied. The beauty of emotional availability is that it creates resonance. You begin attracting people who are also open, honest, and healed enough to meet you there. The dynamic shifts from chasing and proving to flowing and receiving. Love becomes mutual, organic, and effortless. And as you keep opening your heart, you'll discover the next secret truth, that vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the portal to the deepest form of connection and manifestation. Because through vulnerability, energy becomes real. Vulnerability is the language of the soul. It's the moment when masks fall and truth begins to breathe. While the world often teaches that vulnerability is weakness, the universe knows it as strength, because only an open heart can channel divine connection. When you allow yourself to be seen as you are, your energy becomes transparent and love can finally recognize you. Fear of vulnerability comes from old emotional wounds. You learned that being open led to pain, so you built walls to protect yourself. But those walls, while keeping out rejection, also keep out the very love you're calling in. Energetically, vulnerability says, I trust life to hold me. That frequency of trust is what turns ordinary encounters into soul connections. When you hide your feelings, you block your authenticity, and the authenticity is the most magnetic vibration of all. People don't fall in love with perfection. They fall in love with truth. Vulnerability aligns your energy with honesty, creating a resonance that only genuine love can respond to. To practice vulnerability, start by being honest with yourself. Name your fears without shame. Admit what you want without minimizing it. This self-honesty clears the emotional static between you and your manifestations. The clearer your energy, the faster love can find its way to you. You can also express vulnerability in small, intentional ways, sharing your feelings, admitting uncertainty, asking for help, or simply saying, "This is who I am." Each act softens your energetic field, making it more receptive to divine flow. Vulnerability is not exposure. It's alignment with your truth. As your energy opens, relationships start to deepen effortlessly. Conversations feel real. Connections feel lighter. You attract people who meet your openness with safety, not judgment. Vulnerability becomes the bridge that unites souls on the same frequency of honesty and compassion. And soon, you realize that what once felt like risk was actually the key to freedom. because vulnerability doesn't just connect you to others, it reconnects you to yourself. And from that self-connection, you unlock the most transformative power of all, emotional coherence, where heart and mind vibrate in perfect unity. True manifestation begins when your heart and mind vibrate in harmony. Most people try to create from thought alone, repeating affirmations, visualizing outcomes, but if the heart doesn't believe, the frequency fractures. Emotional coherence happens when your thoughts say, "I deserve love," and your heart whispers, "Yes, I know." That agreement creates a magnetic signal powerful enough to reshape reality. When your emotions contradict your intentions, the universe receives mixed messages. You might affirm abundance while feeling fear, or visualize love while doubting it. The quantum field doesn't respond to words, it responds to vibration. Emotional coherence is the bridge that transforms ideas into energy and energy into form. To cultivate coherence, you must slow down and feel your truth. Place your hand on your heart and breathe until your mind quiets. Ask yourself, what emotion am I sending out right now? Awareness is alignment. Once your heart and thoughts unite, your energy becomes a clear channel through which manifestation flows effortlessly. You can strengthen this harmony through gratitude. Gratitude synchronizes the heart's rhythm with higher frequencies of trust and peace. Each moment of genuine appreciation stabilizes your emotional field, dissolving resistance and amplifying attraction. It's why gratitude isn't just a practice, it's an energetic technology. Another powerful tool is heart-focused meditation. Visualize your heart as a radiant light expanding through your body. With each breath, let that light connect your emotions to your intentions. Feel love flowing toward what you desire, not from lack, but from wholeness. This practice reprograms your subconscious to believe in the reality of your vision. When coherence becomes your natural state, you stop needing constant reassurance from the outside world. You feel centered, guided, and confident that the universe is moving with you, not against you. The noise of fear fades because alignment has taken its place. And in that inner stillness, manifestation speeds up. Love, opportunities, and synchronicities appear with perfect timing, as if reality itself is listening to your heartbeat, because it is. And once you master this unity, you will awaken the final truth, that when you let go completely, you don't lose control. You merge with the flow of the universe itself. When you finally let go completely, you stop swimming against the current and start floating with the flow of the universe. This is where manifestation becomes effortless. You no longer see yourself as separate from what you desire. You realize you are the energy that creates it. In this state, love, abundance, and peace move through you naturally, without resistance or effort. The flow of the universe is intelligent. It knows exactly where to take you, even when your mind can't see the path. Letting go means surrendering to that intelligence, trusting that every delay, every detour, every silence has purpose. You stop demanding answers and start feeling alignment. Life stops being a struggle and becomes a rhythm. When you merge with the flow, your energy becomes still but powerful, like a river guided by invisible gravity. You stop chasing signs because everything becomes a sign. Conversations, dreams, numbers, songs, all mirror your vibration. The universe begins to speak fluently through synchronicities. You reach this level by releasing resistance to uncertainty. Instead of fearing the unknown, you welcome it as divine unfolding. You say, I trust the process, even when I don't understand it. That sentence dissolves fear instantly, because in the field of trust, everything conspires in your favor, always. The more you flow, the more your energy expands. You stop trying to control people, outcomes, and timing. Your only focus becomes maintaining peace and joy, the highest currencies of attraction. In that vibration, everything you desire naturally gravitates toward you. That's the law of resonance in action. This is the ultimate paradox. The moment you stop reaching for love, love finds you. When you stop forcing life, life flows toward you. You're no longer a seeker. You've become a co-creator, harmonizing with the same frequency that births stars and orchestrates destinies. And once you experience this union, you'll understand the truth hidden within the title all along. When you let go, love doesn't leave, it flows. It flows through you, to you, and beyond you. And the secret no one told you is that this flow was never missing. You just had to remember you were part of it. So now you understand letting go was never about losing anything. It was about remembering who you are, a powerful being capable of attracting love, peace, and alignment effortlessly. The moment you stop chasing, you stepped back into your natural flow, the place where love recognizes you without force, without struggle, without doubt. Take this message with you. Every time you release control, you send a signal of trust to the universe. That trust rearranges everything, people, timing, opportunities, to match your vibration. You're not waiting for love anymore. You're radiating it. You're living it. You are it. So breathe deeply and let yourself believe that you are already enough, that nothing needs to be fixed, that nothing was ever missing. The love you seek has always been an extension of your own energy. And the more you trust that truth, the more effortlessly it flows towards you. Ask yourself, what would happen if I stopped forcing outcomes and simply allowed the universe to guide me? What if I released resistance and let love arrive in its perfect time? Because once you start living that way, everything, absolutely everything, begins to change. And if this message resonated with you, it's because your soul was ready to hear it. Ready to remember that love isn't something you find, it's something you become. So keep your heart open, stay aligned, and trust the divine flow. And before you go, remember to subscribe to the channel and activate the notifications, because your journey with the law of attraction and the power of energy is just beginning. The next message may be exactly what your soul has been waiting for.